There comes a moment when you look in the mirror and realize you've been living far below your potential. You've played small. You've waited for luck, for motivation, for permission. But deep down, you know, no one's coming to save you. Your life will only change when you do. And it all begins with one shift, a single mindset that separates the ordinary from the great. This is where the transformation begins. You see, most people spend their entire lives trapped in an invisible cage, built not by others, but by their own beliefs. They tell themselves, I can't do this. I'm not ready. Maybe later. And while they wait for the perfect time, life quietly passes them by. But the truth? The perfect time doesn't exist. The ones who rise, who break the limits, who reach greatness, they act before they feel ready. They don't wait for permission. They give it to themselves. Greatness is not some secret gift. It's not something you're born with. It's something you decide to create over and over again, every single day. It's forged in silence, in rejection, in moments when no one believes in you, not even yourself. That's where the one shift happens. When you stop thinking like the world owes you something, and start thinking like you owe it to yourself to become more. This is the shift. From asking, why me, to declaring, try me. From saying, I hope it works, to, I'll make it work. From living like a victim, to thinking like a creator. That's the moment your destiny changes. You've probably seen people who came from nothing, no money, no connections, no special talents, and yet, they became unstoppable. And you've seen others with every advantage in life who still can't find direction. It's not luck. It's mindset. Greatness begins the moment you stop blaming your past, your parents, your pain, and you start taking radical responsibility. That's what separates the weak from the strong. Because responsibility gives you power. It says, I'm not waiting for things to change, I am the change. Every time you take responsibility, you build strength. Every time you stop making excuses, you build momentum. And every time you push through pain instead of escaping it, you build character. Pain is not your enemy. It's your invitation. It's the universe saying, you're not done growing yet. And that's what average minds never understand. They run from discomfort, they seek shortcuts, they crave validation. But the great ones? They use pain as fuel. They let failure teach them. They let rejection sharpen them. Because they know. The mindset that changes everything is the one that says, no matter how I feel, no matter how hard it gets, I will not stop. You can't become great if you keep quitting every time life gets uncomfortable. You can't become legendary if you only show up when it's easy. Every great story begins with someone who refused to settle. Someone who looked at their limits and said, this is not where my story ends. Let's be honest. Most people are average, not because they're incapable, but because they've accepted average as normal. They've been trained to play safe, to follow the rules, to avoid failure. They work jobs they hate, to buy things they don't need, to impress people they don't even like. And they call that life. But deep inside, there's a voice whispering, this isn't who you're meant to be. That voice never dies. It haunts you when you're quiet. It reminds you that you were meant for more than comfort, more than mediocrity. Yet most people silence that voice with distraction. Scrolling, drinking, complaining, settling. They trade purpose for pleasure. They choose easy now and pay heavy later. But the few, the ones who rise, they listen to that voice. They feed it. They protect it. And they let it drive them towards something bigger than themselves. You see, greatness isn't about being better than others. It's about being better than you were yesterday. It's about waking up every morning and asking, how can I grow? How can I serve? How can I leave my mark? Because the greatest victory is not over others. It's over your own limitations. It's mastering the battle between who you are and who you could be. And that battle starts in the mind. Every day, your thoughts either empower you or destroy you. They either build the person you're becoming, or bury the potential you could have been. If you want to go from average to great, you must change the way you think about struggle. Average people see struggle as punishment. Great people see it as preparation. Every setback is a test. Every failure is feedback. Every delay is discipline. You're not being punished, you're being prepared. Prepared for the strength, the wisdom, the resilience that only pain can teach. So stop asking for an easy life. Ask for the strength to handle a difficult one. Because an easy life makes you soft, but a hard life makes you unstoppable. Do you think the greats had it easy? Do you think warriors, leaders, visionaries woke up motivated every day? They woke up tired, angry, discouraged, but they showed up anyway. Because their mindset said, I don't need to feel ready. I just need to begin. And once you begin, everything changes. Your fears lose power. Your confidence grows. You realize that greatness is not a distant destination. It's the result of daily decisions. Small steps. Consistent effort. Ruthless discipline. That's how destiny shifts. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be persistent. You don't need permission. You just need purpose. You don't need motivation. You need mindset. Because when your mind is aligned with your purpose, your entire life follows. So, let's talk about destiny. People love to say, everything happens for a reason. But the truth is, everything happens for a response. Your destiny isn't written by fate, it's written by you. Every decision you make today echoes into your future. Every choice is a seed. Some people plant excuses. Others plant effort. And only one of those seeds grows into greatness. If you want to change your destiny, stop waiting for the world to notice you. Start doing the work that the world can't ignore. When others sleep, you train. When others quit, you push harder. When others doubt, you stay focused. Because every moment of discipline rewrites your story. Every second of consistency builds your legacy. And here's the secret. You don't become great all at once. You become great when no one's watching. When you keep going after you fail. When you wake up on dark mornings and still move forward. When you build habits that nobody claps for. That's how destiny changes, not in a single moment, but in 1,000 quiet ones. And one day, the same people who doubted you will look at you and call it luck. They won't see the nights you cried, the mornings you fought with self-doubt, the sacrifices you made when nobody believed. But you'll know. You'll know it wasn't luck, it was the mindset. That shift from I can't to I must. From someday to today. From average to greatness. You see, the greatest tragedy is not dying. It's dying with your potential still inside you. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. The time is now. The person is you. The power is already within. When you decide to think differently, to see failure differently, to treat every challenge as a lesson, your destiny begins to bend in your favor. That's the one shift. It's not external, it's internal. And once it happens, no obstacle can stop you. Because when your mind becomes stronger than your emotions, your vision becomes greater than your fears, and your purpose becomes louder than your excuses, you become unstoppable. From average to greatness. From ordinary to extraordinary. From who you were to who you were meant to be. Now it's your turn. The question isn't can you? The question is, will you?